Okay, so thank you, Nismath, once again to join with YourPedia. There are many students who want to actually interact with you, and they are aspiring students. They are applying in this semester, fall 2023, and deadlines are very near. So they just want to gain some information from you, like how you manage your time last year. So
Mhm.
can you quickly introduce yourself, and then they have a lot of questions for you.
Okay. Okay. So hi everyone. I'm Nismath, and I'm from Kerala, and I did my bachelor's in production engineering from a university in Kerala itself, and I directly did my master's from IIT Indore. I just finished last year. So I always wanted to do PhD. So right after first year of my master's, I started looking for opportunities, but initially, I was not at all aware of the process of applying to abroad universities and everything. So I think I joined YourPedia in the month of April last year. So yeah, after that I just followed their instructions. So first step will be to find professors in your research area, mail them. The application process comes later. So yeah, now I'm doing PhD in University of Louisville. It's in the state of Kentucky, and the research area is additive manufacturing. Yeah.
Okay, Nisba. So first
Mhm.
question, I think I will start on the behalf of students. So everybody is scared of the GRE exam. Those who are aspiring for PhD, they are actually scared of the GRE exam. So what do you think, like how much importance GRE have basically in this whole process? Or what do you think, which is the most important thing for this whole abroad admissions?
I would say more than GRE, mailing professors is the most important part because here in US, I think professors shortlist candidates basically from like whomever mailed them, whomever approached them with their good CV. So GRE last year when I was applying, most of the universities waived GRE because of the COVID situations and everything. But this year, I think most of the universities is asking for GRE score. So GRE is not that difficult. It's just an aptitude exam, but you just have to get touch with the question pattern and everything. So GRE gives a support to your CV. That's what I believe because everybody knows that we have completed engineering, we know like stuff, but GRE gives them an idea that we know basic aptitude. So that adds a support to your CV. Yeah.
Okay, so now like Nismat is open to your question, so you can just unmute and ask one by one. So I think somebody sent me in the chat box first question, how tough is the interview with the professor? So Nismat, how many interviews you gave with professor and how tough is that? Let's start with this question.
Yes, I got two interview calls, one from this University of Louisville and one from San Diego State University. I would say interview is the easiest part in the process because it's not like Indian IIT interviews. In India, they focus more on your technical things during interview. They ask so many technical questions, but here they concern more about your skills and your experience on their something related to their research area. So interview will not be uh, technical questions. It will be just an interaction. Yeah, I would say an interaction between you and professor. You just have to introduce yourself, tell about your skills, whatever you have worked on, and they will just introduce about their research group. Yeah, that's it. Interview is not a big thing to worry about, and it's kind of last step. So yeah.
Yes. That's my
Mhm.
experience also. They just want to check your
Yeah,
personality and communication skills, nothing
exactly.
technical in USA. Yeah. Next question. Anyone want to ask any other questions? So yes, so you can type in chat box as well, and if you want to unmute and ask, you can basically. Okay, so Nismat, like another question from me. What do you think is the role of CV? Like how to make a good CV for this abroad admissions?
Yeah, CV is actually very important because when we mail professors, we are attaching just our CV. So it's like we are describing what we are through a document. So it should describe all of your skills and whatever you have experience on. And yeah, let me tell you one experience. Like after coming here, I talked with some of my seniors here in my research group, and they told me that this professor receives a number of applications every year. But what he does is he will shortlist students for an interview based on the CV and SOP, whatever you are giving during the application stage. So they might be looking for some specific skills in you. It's not always your CGPA, GRE score, or everything. They are not looking for an all-rounder, but they will be looking for some specific skills. So you can showcase your skills just through that document, CV. So I would say if you are applying to a university, just go through their website and look for whatever research area they are working on. Try to include some keywords that relates to their work to you in your CV. That way, like you can increase your chance of getting an interview shot through a good CV. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, so in my experience also CV is very, very important part. That is the foremost important than GRE. Yeah, so other question Nisma students are asking, is the PhD stipend enough to survive in USA? What do you think?
Yes, it's more than enough for me because yeah, let me be honest, like I am getting $1,700 here and this Louisville city is actually very cheap to live and still I am living in a very posh facility here, like a very high rent, but still I saved around 900, $800 last 2 months. I
Mhm.
even sent home some money, so it's more than enough. It's more than
Yeah.
enough.
So I am living in New Jersey. I'm getting little more than you, Nismat. I'm getting $3,000 per month, but here expenses are high. But I
Yeah,
would say it's sufficient. Like if you are
yeah.
getting married in between, then also it's sufficient for two people. That's my experience also.
Yes, there
Yeah.
are
So
married people also living here with a family and everything, but still it's more than enough.
mhm. Okay, so next question. After completing PhD, if you wish to settle abroad, what is the way then? There are a lot of ways actually. Yeah, Nismal, what do you think? You are actually new, but
Yes,
yeah.
like yeah, I think like from these 2 months, what I understood is it's very easy for PhD holders to settle up here because it's the highest degree you can get from US and they respect that degree a lot. So you will get industry, like you can go to industries and also to the academia positions for like you can do postdoc positions, you can join universities. And actually here, like in India, we won't get industry opportunities that much after PhD, but here industries are hiring PhD holders for their highest rank jobs. So it's
Yes.
very easy after getting a PhD.
Yeah, and industry is one of the option. I would say like 80% PhD students joins industries after
Yeah.
their PhDs, but they also get opportunities as a professor in different universities as well. I don't know from your research group, people are going through academia, but what I observe in my university, a lot of people are going for academia as well.
Yeah.
So academia is difficult in USA. You have to arrange your own funds. So for that, it will take some time. But yeah, there are options. Okay, so one student is asking what is the chances of getting green card? This is the $1 million question people ask to every PhD and MS student. What do you think,
Yeah.
Nisbat?
I don't really know about that at this point, but what I heard is it would be easy if you're going to academia than
Correct.
industry. That's what all I know at this point. I'm sorry.
Okay. I'll add this one point. So I did a lot of research last semester on this thing, getting a green card. So the thing is for PhD students, if you are a PhD student, there is an express entry. Like if your research papers are good and you got some citations more than 100 or 500, there is some number. If you're getting more than that, you'll get green card in USA. This is one express entry visa. But for MS student, they complete their masters, then they'll go for H1B visa. Once you got the H1B, then it will renew after some time. So you'll get green card after some time. But for PhD student, it's easy. There is some express entry. Okay, so next question is I'm looking for direct PhD opportunity while searching for professor. I found many professors which are new or they are upcoming professor joining from fall 2023. Is it good to approach new professor? I am from computer science branch. Okay, so one thing I want to ask to you, Nismat, in your university, whether direct PhD students are there, those who are international. Is there anyone who's international and going for direct PhD?
Yes, it is
Okay.
there. Like I found a guy from Jammu, joined
Okay.
PhD in mechanical engineering this year. He just
Okay.
finished his bachelor's. So yeah, because in India for PhD, masters is a must in most universities, but here masters is not a must. The minimum
Hmm.
qualification is bachelor's, 4 year
Hmm.
bachelor's. Yeah.
So,
So
yeah, that's my experience also. So, US has great opportunity for direct PhD students.
mhm.
You need good CGPA. That is a mandatory thing. More than 8, that is the first thing. If you have research experience, that will add to your profile and you will get somewhere. If you have good GRE score, then also you will get some benefit. And it's not like only IITians or NIT people will get. Many people from SRM. In my university, there are a lot of SRM students who came for direct PhD. And second question for you, Nismat, is like students are confused, like how to choose the professor. What is your experience? Do you recommend to go under new professor, or you are recommending to go under some experienced professor?
I would say go under experienced professors because in PhD you need a very good relationship with your professor. So like if some professor is not experienced in like guiding you better, maybe like you will find difficulty. But like we can't say that every new professors are like not good in good at guiding. But yeah, I would recommend going under experienced professors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there are pros and cons. New professor doesn't have funding, but he is basically uh, he will work with yourself. Like old professor, they never help
Mhm.
you in technical side, but they are very good in management. They are very good in fundings and all. So everybody has pros and cons. Yeah, so next question is very relevant, Nismat. So some students are getting replies from professor and professors are saying like we encourage you to apply to the university and they are not scheduling any interview. So I think you also got this type of reply where
Mhm.
doctor told you to encourage you to apply to the university, right? So
Mhm.
how to differentiate the diplomatic replies and the positive replies? What do you think?
I think like some professors are taking interviews before application,
Hmm.
like just after getting mails from us. Some professors only interview you after the whole application process. So if you are finding a positive reply, you can actually go for that. Like I would say, like discuss with them, discuss with your mentors. That's what I did. I
Hmm.
remember, like I discussed every positive and negative reply with them.
Hmm.
Yeah. I got one
Yes.
interview call before application and this University of Louisville interview call after application. Yeah.
Mhm. So yeah, this is the thing. This is the same thing happened to me also. I give one interview before the basically deadlines, and other
Mhm.
one mostly like professor interact with you after the deadline. But if they are saying and if they are encouraging you to apply, I would say you can take chance in that university. Okay, what are the necessary point one should be aware of after landing in US, like accommodation? Okay, what are the hardships you faced, if any, in the initial stages? So yeah, what about Indian food? I am always missing Indian food. What hardships you faced, Nismat, after
I'm
landing?
still in the initial stages. I'm still trying to adjust. But yeah,
Mm,
there are a lot of things like you're coming to a new country, new culture, and new place. You will have some stranger roommates. So yeah, you have to adjust with a lot of things. But I think it's okay because all these students are coming here like from different countries. So if these lot of students can manage, we can also manage. Yeah.
mm,
So and here I don't think like the if we can like balance our work and life better, it's actually easy because I've seen people doing a PhD at IITs. They don't have a work-life balance. Their there is no particular working hours. You will be working 24/7. But here, the work life, like people give importance to work life balance. You can stop working after 5. Nobody asks you anything. And Saturday, Sundays are free. Nobody asks you to work on these weekends. So yeah, you can balance if you want, but yeah, it's the research, so you will be always in that loop.
I think Nismath, you are in first semester. That's why you're saying like nobody's asking you to work after 5. Let's see.
Yeah.
Her point of view will change. I'm very sure.
Yeah, I'm still in initial stage, so I don't know much about that, but life you can manage. Like,
Is it
yeah.
possible to do a degree course, diploma, vocational course along with PhD? So you want to do some extra course along with PhD? I think Nismat, are you aware about that? I don't think she's
I
aware about
don't
that.
really know. Yeah.
Yeah, so a university has policy like you can't do two things at a time. But
Mhm.
short-term courses, certification courses, you can always do. I'm very sure, like if you're interested, once come to university, then you can talk to people and find this answer because this is very specific. I don't think Nismat knows that. How
Mhm.
many universities should we target to be on safer side, except the university from where we got professor reply? So, in how many universities you applied, Nismat?
4 universities.
And from everywhere you got the reply from professors, or you just
Yes.
randomly pick? You got
No,
the
no, no.
reply.
I got replies. Yeah.
Hmm. So in my case, I applied to 6 universities, two ambitious where I didn't get replies and I didn't get
Mhm.
admission as well. So,
Yeah.
but three or four where you are getting replies. So six, I would say you can target. Six is good number. If you have budget issue, then I would say from wherever you are getting reply, just apply there if
Right.
you have budget issue.
Yeah.
Uh, one student, yeah, somebody want to ask, yeah, Kritika, just
Yeah,
go ahead.
yes. Actually, I got two positive replies from the two different professors, and to the first professor who I approached, I accepted the offer, but later I got reply from this professor. So I'm in a position like because the second professor, the topic is really interesting than the first one, so I'm in a
Okay.
position like how to handle this.
So you are in same position in which I was last year.
Okay, okay.
So I applied under Nismas professor.
Oh, oh,
He,
okay, okay,
he gave me offer, I accept it, and later on
okay,
I reject.
okay.
So so the thing is,
Uh-huh.
basically, you can reject the offer, not a big deal.
Okay,
Sometimes sometimes professors get angry with you, but it
right,
doesn't matter. It's your career. Wherever you think
right.
that is best for you, go there. Don't worry
Okay.
about that. Yeah.
Because he asked me several times, like, are you willing to accept this offer, like that? And
Mm,
that time I didn't get any replies from other professors. So I said I accepted.
correct.
I even took time and then only replied. But unfortunately or fortunately, the time, I mean, yesterday, if I replied to that professor, the very next day, I got a positive reply from another professor.
Mm-hmm.
So even after getting I-20, I can reject that offer, right?
Yeah, you can reject. Only thing is like your personal relation will not be good with
Right,
the previous professor, but
right.
I think you don't have to worry about that. So
Okay,
professors want good student. You
right,
also want good opportunity. So wherever you think you can
right.
work better, just go there. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, so one student is saying, I have done my MTech in computer science in 2014, currently working as government employee. Is the gap become a problem? So do you think, Nismat, gap is a problem?
No, 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 no. Gap is not a problem. Like as long as
Yeah.
you have some research experience, some hands-on experience on some research field you're looking for, like work
Hmm.
experience or a gap is not a problem.
Okay, so I would say like last year, what I observed, if you are applying to Ivy League or very, very good universities, top 20, sometimes gap is a problem, but mostly gap is never a problem. If you have work experience, gap is never a problem. So can I mail professors after applying? Yes, you have to wherever you are going to apply. After that, just go behind the professors and email them regularly, like you applied or this thing. What are the chances that we will get admission after applying to the university since we have paid the application fees? So
Oh,
what do
I
you
would
think?
say if you get an interview call, it's kind of 90-95% sure. And if
Hmm,
you like perform well in interviews, of course. But if you're not getting an interview call, I think it's a 50-50. Yeah.
correct. So yeah, this is the thing, like be in contact with some professor. If somehow you're getting to interview stage, it means 95% the professor already make up his mind to select you. But if you're not getting, still you are very confident your profile is good, then it's 50-50. Like sometimes you'll get, sometimes you'll not. Okay.
Mhm.
Is there chances that professor who are telling to apply, then after applying they will respond? I don't understand this question, but I think student is saying like if initially professor is saying like yes, you can apply to the university,
Hello,
and
sir.
after yes, Promit.
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, I mean to say that one professor just told me like she will see my CV,
Mhm.
and she replied that to apply to the program in UC Berkeley.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
like, I mean to say that like, is there chance that like she will
So UC Berkeley is basically works in a different way. So and their graduate committee is very, very strong. First, graduate committee will select you, then professor will come into picture. So even if she's saying you to apply to UC Berkeley, you have to get admission first of all. If you get admission, then that professor for sure will select you. Okay. So in some universities, professors are very, very powerful. So they go against the graduate committee and they will recommend your admission. Like in my case, this happened. So if I directly apply to Rutgers, I will not get admission. But professor is interested in my profile. So he tell graduate committee to give me selection. Okay. But UC Berkeley, this is not the case. If graduate committee is happy with your profile, then only you will get the selection. So let's wait. Let's see what happens. Okay, so Nismat, other question for you. Do you think MS or PhD people have harder life in your university for international students? What's your observation? Yeah, you can answer it better.
As I said, like I'm still in the initial process of settling out. So here we have a big community of Indian students. Uh, there are a lot of master's students than PhD students here. And I would say like it's okay. Like if you have good community with you, you can settle up very fast.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the thing. If you get the good friends, then life is
Good
easier for
friends.
you. Yeah, otherwise it's hard in US. That's true. International student, there is some struggle. Always there is some struggle because first struggle is when you land in US, people will not understand your accent, like how we are speaking. Sometimes they will not understand, and it feels very weird sometimes. So it will take some time. I remember when I got offer from Louisville, they shared one document with me in that like they told for international student initially 2 months they are very excited, like everything is new for them, they're very excited for everything, but 2 to 8 months or 1 year they feel very, very lonely. So that is the period, that is the hardest period. After that
Mhm.
you will get settled completely in US. So this is how it happens. Actually it happens like this to every international student.
Mhm.
Does the local people are welcoming towards international students? Okay.
That
What's the
depends on
scenario in
place.
Louisville?
I think. Yeah,
Hmm.
that depends on place. Like some places, maybe like New York or California, will be welcoming, but
New York is very welcoming. Where I'm living, it's very welcoming. Yeah.
yeah, but where I'm living, it's a little bit not welcoming. So, yeah.
So it's again like India. If you go to Mumbai, there are people from many different places. So it's same like Mumbai is like New York. New York is like Mumbai. So people are coming
Mhm.
from different countries. They're very welcoming. But if you go to Texas, if you go to, I don't know about Kentucky, so there like people are more rigid towards their culture. It's same like in India. If you go to some rural area or backward area, so people are very rigid, they are not welcoming. So it's like that in US. But every, like, if you talk to people, they are very welcoming in US. I observed this thing. Can you please elaborate what I-20 is? So, Karan, I-20 is one document which you get after your admission from the university. So there, like, they will write everything you got, admission, this is the expenditure for 1 year, this is the scholarship which you are getting. So this you will get after your admission. So that is I-20. What is your financial approach and plans during and after PhD? Yes, this one. What's your financial and approach and plan?
During and
So
after PhD.
Nismath is married, first of all, so she obviously has some financial plan, I'm very sure.
Yes, of course. Like during and after PhD, there are,
Yeah,
or
during
like why
PhD,
after
what's your
PhD?
plan? During PhD, what's your plan? Are you going to buy a house in US?
Not a house because here renting like renting houses is cheap actually, very cheap. We can live by like 300 in a good
Mm,
apartment. So I think I'll buy a car because here transportation is
mm,
very big problem. We
yes.
don't have that much public transportation facilities as in India. And financial plans, I think like the scholarship is more than enough for me to live. Even if my partner joins, I don't think that will be a difficult part. And after
Mm,
PhD, I'm pretty sure that those who are in additive manufacturing will get very good jobs. So yeah, I'm not at all worried about the financial part here. Yeah.
mm, correct. I mean, it's too early to decide finance and all. Yes,
Yeah.
so
Like anyway, it's better than India because I like doing a PhD in India because we'll get 30,000 there, 32,000 for doing a PhD per month. Otherwise, you have to get a PMR of fund that
yeah,
is
yeah.
very, very tough and competitive. So, like doing a 5 year, 6 year PhD in India, like after doing that, you will not have any savings, but here you can save. It's kind of you're getting a job, like a very good
Correct.
job in India.
Mm. So other thing is after sending email to professor, how to take follow-ups. So shall we mail them again? So how you took follow-ups, Nismat?
I remember I used to send follow-up mails every week. I used to set
Mm,
reminders for those who are not giving reply. I'll just
mm,
set a reminder to send them the same mail again the
mm,
next week
mm.
or like after 2 weeks. Yeah, we have to follow up. If they are not like if they are giving reply and if it is negative, you can drop it there. But if they are positive, follow up again. And if they are not giving the reply, send mails until and unless you get the reply. I remember like some professors reply after your fifth or sixth or seventh mail. So it might be like they are not noticing something. They are also busy. So there is nothing to lose by following up and sending productive emails. So
Sometimes they are very busy, so you have to go behind the professor. Send them mail again and again so that they will remember your name. Once they remember your name, then it means 50% work is done.
yes. Sometimes they might be noticing and downloading your CV, having a look at that, but they might not be replying. But if you are sending them continuous mail, they will get an impression that you are so much interested in their research group. So
Correct.
yeah, mailing is the very important part. Still, I believe that it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
fully what they are. Yeah.
Emailing is very, very important.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Promit.
Sir, one thing I want to ask, like I have mailed almost to 10 to 12 professors, like two of them only replied from among them. So, like the rest of them, should I mail again? Like those who have
You
not replied?
can you can email them. I think 3, 4 times you can email. If they are not replying, it means like they opened your profile and they are not interested, then you can stop emailing. Okay. So, but yes, you can email them again and again. Okay, at least 4 times, I would say. And 10 to 12 professors are very less. You have to send 100 of emails. I think Nismat
Yes,
also
sir.
sent 100 of emails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sent almost like I remember 149 professors just in US.
Correct. So you have to, yes, do lot of emails. And one other question which is relevant. So students are asking about projects. So how you define your PhD project? whether professor will select the project, or you have to give the idea like this is what I want to work. What's in your
So
case?
in my case, professor have the project. So he now, like I just joined, so he's giving me training on the equipments on like in our lab, and I'm just assisting my PhD seniors and postdoc, like postdoc people working in my lab. So yeah, now I'm just getting training, but my professor have a project in hand. So like after this coursework, I will be doing that particular project.
So mostly in US, how it happens, professors keep on writing research proposals. They get some grant. So if they
Yes.
have grant and they are paying you, it means they already have a project. In my case, my project was already fixed. But what
Mhm.
happens, like if you go to some university, you get scholarship for 1 year and you can choose any professor. In that case, I think you have to write a research proposal or you have to find your own problem. But mostly if professor is replying you back, it means he has project and you have to work on it. Okay, so what about University of Michigan Graduate Committee, whether professor recommend or committee decided? So Imran, like we actually don't know, this is very specific question. If professor is very interested in your profile, he himself will basically talk to graduate committee regarding you. So we don't have any correct answer for that.
I would
What
like to
kind
add
of
a point on that, because when I applied for University of Michigan, even though the professor liked my profile, they would ask for GP of more than 3.5, the committee. Otherwise,
mm,
even if the professor likes your profile, the committee won't approve. That was the
correct.
case. Yeah, there.
Yeah. But I would say don't follow this blindly because in Rutgers they want a specific GPA and they want a specific GRE score 320. So I approached one professor. He told me like your profile is not up to the mark, so you will not get admission from Rutgers, something like that. When I approached another professor in the same institute, he offered me admission. So after that, I get to know like all this is gamble. It's a lottery system. Just send more and more emails. You don't know like from where professor will give you reply. Okay.
Even I believe so, like not just blindly look at the website and believe that, because in
Yeah.
my case, I applied to this university after the application date was over.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the application date was over by December, and I applied in January. Like the professor opened up the portal for me.
Yeah. So
So
this is the power of professor. If
yes,
professor is interested in your profile, he will open the portal for you. This happened to me also in USC. So there also professor opened the portal for me in the month of January, even if deadline is
yes.
15 December. Yeah. What kind of institutions should I aim for now that I have graduated from non-IIT NIT top government university? So if you're not from IIT NIT, I would say like if you have research experience, it doesn't matter you're from IIT or NIT. Uh, if you have project, just make that as a base and send email to the professor. It's like it's your CV and it's your email which will show professor how good you are. Okay, so don't worry about colleges and this thing. Many professors don't consider these colleges. Recently one of the student has very good profile and he's from just a state university in Gujarat and he got very good offers. So don't worry about this thing. What is the difference between
Uh,
academic statement? Yeah, sorry. What's your question? Florina,
uh,
yes.
sir, like I don't have work experience, so what are the like I don't I don't have work experience, so like are there like less chances for that, or like what are the chances?
Work work experience is not required. If you did masters, your project is the main thing. Like on the basis of that project, you will get selections. So work experience is like you don't have to do jobs. That is not required for PhD. But you should have some project or something in your profile so that professor will
And
check that. Mhm.
publication also, like it's not
Uh,
like it's yet
they
in the process of reviewing, and like it's
uh-huh.
not published yet, but I have sent it for
So
like
if it is in the process of review, you can mention that in your CV. So Nismat, do you have any publication during your masters?
No, I would say experience and research publications, everything comes second. Like if the professor is interested in some of your skills, or some of your
Mhm.
experience, like research experience, that's enough. Like, but if you have a research publication, very good. But like, I won't say that's the like basic criteria or something you should have something. No, I don't have work experience and I didn't had a research publication after even after
So
my master.
she's the example for you. No
Yeah,
publication, no work experience.
and no
Just
work.
write more and more emails. Make your CV very good. Like CV is very, very important. Sell yourself. Write something which you
Yeah.
didn't do. You can write that as well.
I would
Okay,
say like
so
customize your CD and SOP according to the professor you are
professor.
approaching. Yeah, because like
Mm,
just look at their research work and use those keywords and those
mm.
research works in your like somehow related to your CV and SOP. And in interview also you can talk about their work more than yours. That will help. Like show that you're interested in their research work and you are the best candidate there. Yeah.
So this is the strange thing. Actually, I had four publication, 3 year of work experience. Nismath doesn't have any experience and any publication, and we got response from same professor. Yeah. So this is the thing.
So, like, as far as I understood, my professor was looking for some particular, like, those
Skill.
from mechanical will understand, yeah, he was looking for some metallurgy experience. So, I was doing
Mm,
masters in metallurgy engineering. So, he was interested maybe because of that.
mm.
Yeah. And don't worry, like, even if you bluff a little bit, you are going to get every training after you coming here, whatever skill is necessary for your upcoming research. So, it's okay.
Mm.
Like, yeah.
Uh, and also like the GRE score, like how much does it matter? Like I know, like I have listened to
I
what
know
you
one
have said
student.
earlier.
I know one student who has 305 GRE score and he's in Stanford. So you can judge like GRE, how much value they are giving to GRE. GRE doesn't have any value. You just have to write GRE, get around 3.5, 3.10, 3.15. Anything is fine for PhD. It doesn't matter.
Just the criteria.
Yeah. Professors are never interested in GRE. They are interested in your skill set. So next question from Imran. What's the difference between academic statement and personal statement? We only know about SOP. So Imran, in your case, I read that advertisement. In your case, academic statement is SOP. Personal statement is diversity essay. So you have Nismath actually wrote this diversity essay, right? Nismath, can you share like what you have to write in that?
Okay, diversity essay is kind of you respect every culture, that you are aware of different culture
You
and
have to
you
write
support.
about your struggles, what struggles
Yes,
you face.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, in your like, yeah, the cultural and diversity exposure that you had, and you can definitely bluff on that. That's not like diversity statement. I don't think they consider that as a huge thing. That is again just a criteria for admission.
Formality, yeah.
Yeah,
So
formality.
again, one thing is like in when they are asking about these type of documents, they always give some points or instruction how to write this one. In my university, they ask they write SOP as personal statement. So you have to be very, very clear whether they are asking for SOP. In Imran, in your
Mhm.
case, academic statement is SOP and personal statement is diversity essay. Okay. Which IT profession is making maximum money? What is the average duration of PhD? Which IT profession is making maximum money? So there are many. It depends on your skill set. If you work on machine learning, neural networks, you are making actually a good money. Data science has also very good scope. And if you want to, I mean, yeah, this is in engineering, this is the maximum. In these jobs, you will get maximum average salaries after PhD. So if you are from mechanical, material science, industrial, it is around 130K per annum. If you are from computer science, it's 200 to 20K per annum. So it is like that. What is the average duration of PhD? In my university, if you have masters, it's 4 years. What about you, Nismat? What's the average
Yeah,
duration?
like it's written as 5 years, but most of the people are finishing it by 3.5, 4 years.
Mm. If
Like
you
those who
are,
have
if
masters,
yes,
yeah,
if you have masters, it's 4 years basically, and if you're
yeah,
direct
you
PhD, then
just
it's
have
5 years.
1 year of coursework. But if you don't have a master's, you have to take more courses. So yeah,
Mm. Okay, can the application fee
Hello, sir.
for yes, Raghavendra.
Sir, will there be any effect of taking GRE at home or test center?
I always recommend test center because in home there is internet connectivity issue. Apart from that, there is no difference even if you are giving it home. Sometimes there is some delay in the result if you're giving it in home. Okay, so but internet connectivity is very big issue. One student recently reported like his internet Wi-Fi turned off, and after that, like timer, he lost like 15 to 20 minutes in one section. So these kind of things will happen. I always recommend go to some test center and write your exam.
It's
Okay,
because I have very few leaves in my work, so
you can
I'm
write it at home
it's
if you're
very
confident.
far.
If you're confident about internet, you can write it at home, I would
Okay,
say.
sir. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can the application for fee for masters be waived off? What is required to waive off the application fee? Always, if you are contacting some professor, you can always ask him to waive off your fees. If you're a master student not contacting any professor, write an email to graduate committee and tell them some scenario like due to COVID, you don't have enough money, something like that. Give some proper reason. So, many times they waive off this application fees. Okay, so just write an email to the graduate committee for master student. Is it difficult to apply for direct PhD? What's your point, Nismath, on this one?
No, actually, the whole application process for everyone is same.
Mhm.
For PhD, I would say everything is through professor in most of the universities. I didn't know about this UC Berkeley, but I
Mhm.
think for direct PhD and a PhD after masters, you have to contact professors and go through the
Mm.
standard application process. There is no difference between direct PhD and PhD after
You
masters.
can always make difference by contacting the professor. That is what I can say. And for direct
Mhm.
PhD, CGPA matters a lot because that is the only thing from where
Mhm.
professors judge your academic record. So CGPA is an important thing. Okay. Okay, next question is again my type of question. Is it struggling during project or general life? So is it struggling, Nismat? I think like you didn't start your project. It's very
Yeah.
struggling for me right now. Uh, and general life, I think already Nismat told initially there is some struggle. Yeah. So you want to add something, Nismat, on this one?
No,
What's
actually, because I answer it all
yeah.
again and again. I'm still in the process
we
of settling up.
we we don't want to
Yeah.
demotivate you. Come to US, get some experience. It's always like little bit struggle is there if you are going in different country, whole different culture, different
Yes.
type of people, but it's fun also, like you got to know many things. So recently I was talking to one of the Chinese student and I asked him a lot of question about China, like how what Chinese think about Indians, and I got a lot of insights. So this is always fun also.
Yeah.
Okay, so in GRE analytical writing score at least, uh, okay, analytical score matters. I don't think it matters. What do you think, Nismat? Analytical writing in GRE, that essays?
I don't think so.
I
3 or 4. 4 is good enough. Yeah.
3.5 or 4. I got 3.5. I
Yeah.
remember. Yeah. So it is
Mhm.
fine. Like they generally check your TOEFL or IELTS writing score, not this one. But if you are applying to Ivy League, they go after this analytical writing score. Is there
Mhm.
any website to find PhD position? Is there any website to find PhD ads in USA other than mailing professors like Urex's in EU? Is there any site, Nismat? I am not aware about that.
Like for mechanical engineers, I would say there is a website called iMechanica. It's not just for
Okay.
PhD opportunities. It's like it updates about some like new research area. It's like a hub for mechanical engineers, but you can find some positions there. And one other thing is you can always follow the professors in your field through LinkedIn. Sometimes they post their vacancies there. Sometimes the professors will post vacancies in some other universities in the same research field. So yeah, that also. Like I remember I approached some professors through LinkedIn also. Yeah.
Hmm. LinkedIn is very good way for US. Mostly professors update positions on LinkedIn, and emailing is always good thing. And if you know some website, then I would say like just find the professor and send them emails. That is a very good thing. Don't find positions because in US, I don't think people post the positions and all.
Yeah. It's not like
Mm.
Europe, they follow mostly the males, I think.
Mm. So
Yeah.
next question is, does Chinese professors make your work harder? We are going to answer it diplomatically. We'll not give you reality. So I think Nisma's professor is also Chinese, not Chinese, like he's from
No, he's
Vietnam.
Vietnamese. Yeah.
Yeah. And my professor is Chinese. I think it's good, like if you work under these people, they're very hardworking actually. If you work under them for some time, yeah, it will be very good for your career.
Actually, Chinese
I
students are also very hardworking. Here, like, yeah, in my, not in my lab, like near to my lab, there are some Chinese guys. They work like 14 hours, 15 hours a day. They are very
yeah,
hardworking.
they are very
Yeah,
hard work. Indians are
very
also
hardworking.
hardworking.
Yes.
And in my lab, there are American students as well. So Americans are least hardworking. So
Yes.
I am safe. I'm in between. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's good. Like they're very
Chinese people
hardworking
are
actually.
usually very hardworking and they expect that from you. Yes.
Correct. So PhD is all actually a hard work. It's not a smart work. It's mostly a hard work. So yeah. And somebody saying his analytical score is around 2.5 in GRE. I think it doesn't matter, Arnab, if you have 2.5, it's fine. Like nobody is going to check this one. And yeah, I think we are out of question. Anyone else want to ask? We have 10 more minutes if you want to ask any question.
So how do you guys manage the TA work, coursework, and the research work during your PhD so far?
I always feel jealous of Nisman because his professor is not giving TA, but I
Oh,
am
okay.
I am
Okay.
doing TA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't actually have any work other than my coursework and the
Okay.
research work.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
So
she's
did he
doing
It's
only
normal, I would say.
so did he guarantee to give you research work only till the completion of PhD, or you get to do TA sometime after? I mean, like,
he's a very
Actually,
rich professor.
oh,
He
okay.
yeah,
Okay.
he's a very rich
Hello.
professor, so he gives his students a graduate research assistantship. So
Okay.
that just means you have to do 20 hours of research work. That's
Okay.
basically nothing. You are kind of research work, not any extra job.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
I am doing TA actually.
Mm-hmm.
Initially, I feel it as a burden, but later on, it's a very good thing actually.
Right.
I am teaching one class of BTech students, so
Mm-hmm.
there are 60 of them. So it's actually
Oh, okay.
very good experience. TA,
Mm-hmm.
you should do TA once.
Yes.
Actually,
Okay.
here we have an opportunity. Like after completion of coursework, there
Mm-hmm.
is an extra course for GTA, like
Okay.
graduate teaching and
Mm.
assistantship course. We can
Okay.
do that for one semester, and we can co-teach with the professors. Like we can approach some professors, and we can take some hours from their classes. We can teach, and
Okay.
after completion of PhD, they will give a certificate that this student have conducted this much classes. That
Okay.
opportunity is there.
Okay.
Yeah, but after coursework, we have to finish our coursework.
Oh, good, good, good. Actually, during my master's, I have been doing a TA work, but during PhD, how do you guys like manage? Because it will be hectic, right, with your coursework and all. Do you feel hectic, or is it manageable?
Oh, I don't know, like I don't have the so
Okay, it's okay.
yeah.
I am doing sessions with you guys, so you can say like it's manageable. I
Okay,
can do
okay,
an
okay.
extra job.
Got it,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah, manageable anyway. Like any assistantship work, I think like it's 20 hours of work per week.
Right, right,
Yeah,
right.
because on
So
F1 like we are allowed to do 20 hours work. So for GT and GRA, it will be 20 hours of work, but it's fine. Like
Okay,
every student is doing that. So, yeah.
got it.
So, Nismat, like one question for you. How difficult is the coursework in your university? For me, it's very easy. Like
Yeah, for me
if I
it's the
compare,
same.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
very easy. Like here, if you want to get marks, it's it's very easy.
Yeah, because
So,
they give more weightage to assignments and projects.
yes,
It's
yes,
not entirely about exams like in India. So even if you score less in exams, if you are making up your assignments and everything up to date, it's very easy to score.
Okay. So one other question, which was more difficulty in IIT or TA in your current university? So for me, TA in current university is a little bit difficult. I would say only difficulty I face initially is accent. My accent was different and their accent is very different. So that is the only difficulty. Otherwise, skill set wise, like Indians are very skillful than American students. So it is not an issue. But only thing is, yeah, communication. Sometimes I feel difficulty. Okay, anyone
Uh,
else? Last 5 minutes? Yeah,
so,
Florin.
I have a question for Nismath ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
Like since you had no like work experience or publications, um, like how did you get into like you did you appear for GRE or like or
Yes,
Yes,
you
he
yes,
had the
I
appeared
took
advantage
for.
of the
GRE and
COVID
TOEFL.
situation?
Yeah, I took GRE and TOEFL, and I would say like I concentrated much on my coursework during my master's first year, so I had a very good CGPA. And yeah, my master's project was really like fully experimental plus simulation, so I had experience on some of like some relevant experiments and simulation softwares. So yeah, like during application, I was just in the second year of my master's, so I didn't had publications. Uh, yeah.
So don't compare PhD with GRE score. I would say it's always your skill
Yeah.
set which will help you in the PhD position. Okay, do they make you work on weekends as well? My MTech experience was bad. Like in US, nobody
Hello,
will tell you to work on weekends,
hello,
I would
sir.
say. Yes,
Hello.
sir. No.
Yeah,
Yes.
actually, when I was in MTech, they made me
Mhm.
work till 4 a.m. So that's why I was asking whether they make me,
Yeah,
Mm.
even
whether they will
during
make
my
me work
MTech, I
till.
faced that MTech in IIT, NIT, like it's like 24/7 job. Even doing a PhD will be very difficult at IITs. So don't compare that with here. Like I don't think here, even if you're in deep
Mm.
research, I don't think that much difficulty will be here.
And on
In India,
weekends.
you don't have to be work on weekends actually. Indian working style is very inefficient. Like if we sit for 6 hours, we actually work for 2 or 3 hours. But Americans, when they work, so they work like very seriously, but they have very good work-life balance. If they're working for 6 hours, so they take it very seriously and they only work for 6 hours and that's it. So sometimes you have to work on weekends, but I would say not every time. Like it's not like India.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yeah, so Nismat, I think that's it. I hope you answered a lot of their questions and they got a good motivation from you. Uh, Thank you very much for joining this session. And if you want to tell anything in the last to the student, just to motivate them because they have only 1 month
Mhm.
now. So yeah,
Yeah,
you can say.
yeah. So thank you everyone for like giving this interaction. And I would say like believe in the process because I know this is like 1 year long process from the mailing of professors till you get your visa. It's like 1 year. So just don't lose hope. Just believe in the process. Follow everything that you have good mentors. So just follow everything whatever they are recommending you. Discuss everything with them. And yeah, like December, I think everyone will be applying. So like all the best. And after applying, if you're getting interview call, just prepare in a good manner. Like do your best in
Mm,
interview because interview is the very last step. It's just
correct.
filling up the 95% to 100%. So
Mm.
yeah,
And more emails, if you get replies, that is the biggest source of motivation. For me, that is the
Mhm.
biggest source of motivation. So yeah,
I would
send
say you
more and
can
more.
even mail. Yeah, even if it is November, you can still mail professors till December end
Mhm.
because some universities have application till January. So
Correct.
fine.
Okay, so yeah, so thank you, Nismat, once again for joining with us and for your motivational talk. So thank you and have a great stay at US. Thank you.
So
Yes.
one request,
Mhm.
like, can you like send your CV as a sample? Like, sample CV?
Like
Okay,
something for that.
I'll share with you. I have her CV, so I'll share with you if you want her CV. It's actually uploaded on YourPedia portal also. If you search in the list of CV, so you can find her name and you can check her CV over there.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much.